2018 Nissan Qashqai Review. The good points of Nissan Qashqai: roomy, easy-to-use interior, sharp looks, well made, loaded with kit, low emissions. Roomy, easy-to-use interior, sharp looks, well made, loaded with kit, low emissions. The bad points of Nissan Qashqai: boot not too big, lacks exclusivity. Boot not too big, lacks exclusivity. Interior feels overpace. 5 seats only. The original Nissan Qashqai has developed into a sales phenomenon to the car maker, just like the iPhone is made for Apple. As the first mass-market family crossover, it sparked a generation of imitators, through the Renault Kadjar and Volkswagen Tiguan, for the Kia Sportage and Ford Kuga. It's easy to understand why buyers are hooked. This new vehicle type blends time-frame running costs of family hatchbacks with additional rugged SUV looks and added practicality. The Qashqai car has become a commercial success, and the act, in excess of 2 million have rolled over production line since launch in 2007. Where not many years ago this pioneering family car had the marketplace to itself, today there are over 20 rival crossovers clamoring on your attention. It's a fiercely competitive class, while using Nissan Qashqai remaining a common choice. Not certain if the Qashqai meets your needs? Try the brand new car chooser to build your short list. Its principal purpose is and created in the UK, and is particularly produced in the tens of thousands at Nissan's factory in Washington from the northeast of England. You'll truly be buying British in the event you choose a Qashqai. Better quality, outside along with. The latest Nissan Qashqai has attempted to address the high-quality gap between its classiest rivals. The 2017 facelift added smarter materials to your roomy cabin, and also extra sound deadening and thicker windows to ensure the car cruises quietly, with less road and wind noise. It largely works. We found the car to be noticeably quieter than earlier iterations, even though most powerful 1.6 diesel can easily make a minor racket when worked hard. The petrol engine's less difficult, improved in this way. The cabin is well suited to your rigors of family life, with plenty room front and back. Higher spec cars receive the full-length panoramic glass roof, that gives a bright and airy interior. Just look out as it also nibbles into rear headroom. Browse Nissan Qashqai's available. Nissan Qashqai Practicality Interior safekeeping is dealt with by a large central storage box relating to the front seats, while there are lots of cubbies and compartments to keep keys, wallets and cell phones. To make room because of this, the Qashqai uses a digital parking brake switch as opposed to a conventional handbrake lever. One slight niggle is over-the-shoulder visibility continues to be restricted because of the large rear pillars, making checking the Qashqai's blind spot tricky from time to time. Most models obtain a single or 360-degree surround vision parking camera to produce up correctly. Luggage volume stands at 430 liters, somewhat smaller compared to many rivals, and also the boot floor carries a clever trick up its sleeve. It's comprised of 2 panels, that is repositioned to build either a deeper boot or possibly a totally flat load area in the event the rear seats are folded down. There's also space in the boot floor to stow the parcel shelf. The close error. This time around there's no 7-seater Nissan Qashqai Plus 2 version. That model was replaced with the closely related Nissan Mistral. 2 petrol and 2 diesel engines. There are 4 engines available inside Nissan Qashqai range. A couple petrols plus a diesel duo, all turbocharged. The 2 diesels, 1.5 and 1.6 liters respectively, are likely to generate up the most of sales inside UK. The 1.6-liter diesel is available while using choice of 2 all-wheel drive AWD and also has the choice of a CVT automatic gearbox. The 4-wheel drive version is manual only, though. Most relevant for the people looking to minimize running costs would be the 1.5-liter diesel, with CO2 emissions rated at 99 gkm, even about the biggest 19-inch alloy wheels, plus a claimed fuel efficiency of 74.3 miles per gallon. Fuel economy and CO2 emissions are attractive throughout the range altogether. with including the largest petrol engine averaging a claimed 48.7 miles per gallon with CO2 emissions of 134 gkm. These must be cheap cars to run for that average family. The new Qashqai performs well using a road test. It's a breeze to drive with safe, assured handling and admirable ride comfort, which remains pliant regardless of weather, specified with large alloy wheels. Rims which can be between 16 and 19 inches can be obtained. Numerous Qashqai accessories can be obtained to tailor your automobile. See our feature portion of our review here. Nissan Qashqai ProPilot driver assistance technology. Added for the Qashqai range in 2018 was obviously a suite of driver assistance and safety systems dubbed ProPilot. Launching to be a standalone model called Pilot 1 Edition, ProPilot includes adaptive cruise control with traffic jam assist on automatic cars in addition to blind spot monitoring and intelligent lane keep assist systems, and keep you inside middle of your lane without straying throughout the lines. These products are also available as a possible option pack called Drive Assist Pack on models with manual gearboxes. It includes all the equipment in the list above, but without traffic jam assist, since this only conditions cars with automatic transmissions. The latest Nissan Qashqai remains on the list of default choices inside burgeoning family crossover sector for a simple reason. It may not be outstanding in every one area, but cleverly achieves high scores in just about any discipline, turning it into a tricky benchmark to overlook, especially at such democratic prices. Latest deals from Buyakar. Nissan Qashqai 1.2D GT, £14,989, or £221 monthly. Nissan Qashqai 1.2D GT Tech 5, £16,500. or £245 a month. See all deals on Nissan Qashqai. Representative example, representative APR of 7.9%, borrowing £10,509 over 48 months on HP type finance. The quantity payable could be £250 on a monthly basis, which has a total cost of credit of £1,483 and also a total amount payable of £11,992. Dennis Buyakar Limited, 3132 Alfred Place, London, WC1E7DPGBL915105 is usually a credit broker regulated by FCAFRN:667368. The verdict. The latest Nissan Qashqai remains on the list of default choices inside burgeoning family crossover sector for a simple reason. It may not be outstanding in different one area, but cleverly achieves high scores in just about every discipline, so that it is a tricky benchmark to overlook, especially at such democratic prices. Watch the whole Nissan Qashqai review for further detailed driving impressions. Economical choice of engines. Performance not much of a high priority. Manual, automatic and 4x4 available. Propulsion to the Nissan Qashqai is provided using a range of 4-year-old engines, 2 diesels and a set of petrols supply the power. All are turbocharged and fitted, having a start-stop system that automatically cuts the engine in common situations when the automobile is stationary to avoid wasting fuel, minimizing emissions. It restarts automatically, efficiently when your watch is setting off again. Duo of diesels. Most Qashqais are powered through the Renault Zorst 1.5-liter diesel engine, producing 110 horsepower. Nevertheless, it's quieter, smoother plus more economical PC was in its predecessor. It's ended up tweaked on an extra 20 Nm, now 260 Nm, of torque or pulling power, that can help in gear acceleration. Nissan quotes figures of 113 miles per hour and also a 0.62 miles per hour duration of 11.9 seconds, so expect performance to get a lot more than adequate for just a vehicle on this size. Nevertheless, it's quiet during normal driving, only becoming noisy when extended, without worse than other diesels. Its extra torque in the entry-level petrol can make it easier to push in many respects. Top diesel would be the 1.6-liter diesel unit with 130 horsepower, carried over from your previous Qashqai. It's provided by either 2- or 4-wheel drive. It offers flexible acceleration which is quiet enough compared with all the competition, although engine roar can creep into the cabin. This is more noticeable because the 2017 facelift centered on reducing wind and road noise. Stick while using 6-speed manual gearbox and front-wheel drive to get a top speed of 118 miles per hour, 320 Nm of torque from 1,750 revolutions per minute sees a 0.62 miles per hour period of 9.9 seconds. Opt for your Stronic automatic gearbox. These figures dip to 114 miles per hour and 11.1 seconds, whilst the 4-wheel drive Qashqai with manual transmissions stakes claims of 118 miles per hour and 10.5 seconds. Pair of petrol engines. The range kicks off using the 1.2-liter digged direct injection gasoline turbocharged, if you happen to were wondering, engine with 115 horsepower and 190 Nm of torque. While 1.2 liters might sound a little about the small side to power what is usually a fairly large car, Nissan claims it's zestier performance compared to old 1.6-liter petrol engine fitted on the previous Qashqai, in addition to being less expensive. A top speed of 115 miles per hour is claimed with the manual version, which has a 0.62 miles per hour duration of 10.6 seconds. Opt to the Stronic automatic, available on the end of 2014, and so they become 108 miles per hour and 12.9 seconds, respectively. On the path it's very quiet and smooth, although slightly lacking in performance at low revs. Overtaking can be extremely hard work, and to obtain the most on the Nissan Qashqai 1.2 digged you need to hold the revs up. At lower speeds out and about it feels quite definitely at home, however, as well as urban driving could well be the pick from the range. Headline: Nissan Qashqai performance figures belong for the 1.6-liter digged engine, which has been released at the finish of 2014. Performance is hardly blistering, in spite of 240 Nm of torque on tap from 2,000 revolutions per minute. Nevertheless, it will have a top speed of 124 miles per hour as well as a 0.62 miles per hour period of 8.9 seconds. It can be an impressively refined, quiet engine and also the most relaxing power source available. Transmission choices. All models come as standard using a 6-speed manual gearbox using a longish but pleasant action, although Nissan's new Stronic CVT continuously variable transmission has engineered artificial gears or steps to stop the elasticated feeling common to this kind of gearbox. Without them they possess a tendency to generate the engine rev for a much higher rate versus the road speed suggests is essential. However, these faux gears are something of a success, the transmission feeling just like a regular automatic gearbox within the road. Safe, predictable handling. Unlikely to sate enthusiastic drivers. Raft of onboard electronic stability aids. Conventional car-like handling was among the key attributes with the original Nissan Qashqai, as well as the second-generation model continues the theme. Although there's a lot of body roll when cornering, it's well controlled and the vehicle feels safe and stable all the time. It's definitely not exciting they are driving, but as sure-footed family transport it's not easy to criticize. Nissan Qashqai 2017 facelift. Nissan made detailed changes to spring and damper rates as part in the 2017 facelift, together with beefing inside the steering to supply more positive feedback. It's designed to create steering feel holistic and works, to some extent. It's not the sharpest handler inside sector, nevertheless it's not far off. There's a lot of electronic witchcraft happening behind the scenes to maintain the Qashqai around the straight and narrow, with assorted levels of braking force placed on each individual wheel while cornering or traveling over undulating surfaces and keep the Nissan's body as flat and stable as is possible. As well as making your vehicle more nimble, the organization claims this too improves comfort for passengers. All-wheel drive versions get yourself a more sophisticated suspension setup that has a multi-link layout with the rear. Ride quality for those versions no matter what drivetrain is superb, with both large bumps and smaller imperfections absorbed smoothly. This same multi-link arrangement was suited to all DIGT 163 versions in the start of 2016. The Qashqai is evenly at home about, where its raised driving position can make it a cinch to position for the road. It's very easy to park, particularly if equipped with parking cameras. Higher grades get 360-degree panoramic cameras which give a snapshot coming from all sides. Handy for avoiding injury to your alloy wheels when parking near a curb. Qashqai, front-wheel drive or AWD? Top-spec Qashqais could be ordered with all-wheel drive AWD and are available with 4-driven wheels. They operate as front-wheel drive in many conditions, and often will send power rearwards in the event the front axle is struggling for grip. You won't cross the Sahara from it, however it'll prove great for keeping you opting snowy weather, when towing or crossing a slippery field. Traction inside a Nissan Qashqai is consequently really good. Even the punchier engines won't strain the wheels and you're simply unlikely to discover wheel spin, even though pulling out of your damp junction within a hurry. Build quality good but plastics not nearly premium. Glazed roof helps to make the cabin seem airier. More storage area than its predecessor. This is definitely an area the location where the second-generation Nissan Qashqai is really a great improvement over its predecessor. The original was beginning to feel dated using its plain design and big expanses of cheap plastics. While materials in Czech have been quite definitely improved, they're still behind the degree found from the likes in the VW Tiggan, but fit and handle is now decent. The 2017 facelift added further soft-to-touch plastics, a different steering wheel with better ergonomics and also a redesigned infotainment main system, meant to feel a lot more like using a smartphone with tiles of apps to travel through. Some might find the Qashqai feels just a little more claustrophobic than its predecessor on account of its thicker pillars plus more shallow windows, but that is remedied through the huge glass roof designed to top trims. An electric blind is suited as standard, permitting you to block bright sunshine using a bright day. The raised driving position, one of the automobile's key selling points, remains, and it's simple to get comfortable with plenty adjustment to seat and wheel positions. Higher spec models now feature electrically adjustable lumbar support too, an attribute more commonly situated on more premium cars. A 5-inch screen involving the rev counter and speedometer displays several useful information and is particularly easy to scroll between different menus and operations without it learning to be a distraction. An electronic handbrake button is adopted to permit more space for storage involving the front seats. Roomy cabin perfect for family life. Quieter than previous generation. Rearward visibility not great. Nissan Qashqai comfort remains impressive. Loved ones of 4 or 5 is going to be very at your home here. There is an abundance of space front and back, although watch headroom is pinched because of the fitment in the panoramic glass roof. Kids is going to be fine, but taller adults may notice their heads brushing the headlining from the back seats. The Qashqai comes only like a 5-seater nowadays. The MK1's Qashqai Plus 2 version with 3 rows of seats continues to be discontinued. Access to all 5 seats is not difficult enough, plus the middle seatbelt from the back row is actually built in the backrest, instead of hauling down from your ceiling, similar to its predecessor. The front seats feel safe and supportive over long journeys. The 2017 Qashqai added more leisurely chairs with new foam padding, better upper body support and 4-way adjustable lumbar support on high-spec models. Top-trim Techno Plus models get new lattice workfect Nappa leather, which feels very luxurious to stay in. Seat heating can be obtained on some trims, too. Road and engine noise happen to be reduced compared with all the previous generation. The 1.5-liter diesel engine is usually a little less vocal than before, as well as motorway speeds. Both diesel and petrol units are whisper quiet. Ride quality over imperfect surfaces is a great one too, so occupants are unlikely to get jostled around, even if the bigger 18 and 19-inch alloy wheels are fitted. The fitment of additional sound-deadening material, and thicker glass inside rear windows, has added towards the comfort to be had. 2017 on Qashqais are one of the most refined cars in this particular crossover market. Like the first Sword model, Rear visibility isn't fantastic though. The tiny third side windows inside large rear pillars don't really provide a clear view for overhead or blind spot checking, so you'll be relying heavily for the 360-degree view camera system. 5 trim levels from Visia to Techno Plus. All feature aircon, DAB radio and Bluetooth. Lots of variation, most choose Connecta. Currently the Nissan Qashqai lineup covers 5 standard trim levels which keep to the firm's established naming conventions of Visia, Accenta, Connecta, Tecna, and from summer 2017 onwards Techno Plus in the top on the range. Standard Nissan Qashqai SUV equipment. Entry-level Visia derivatives are common, fitted with handheld control, central locking, 4-on touch electric windows and LED daytime running lights. No alloy wheels within this grade though, instead you have 16-inch steel ones filled with plastic wheel trims. From the 2017 facelift, DAB digital radio was included with every Qashqai. Look out also for just a new Bose Hi-Fi on top ear grades below. Hill Start Assist makes getaways and inclines easier and works in conjunction using the electronic parking brake to hold the auto for nearly 3 minutes by using an incline, while cruise control can make lighter work of longer schleps. You can connect your phone or iPod via Bluetooth, an AUX in socket or USB, playing out of 4 years old speakers for that DAB stereo audio. Note that Apple CarPlay and Android Auto aren't available for that Nissan Qashqai yet. Other creature comforts are limited, but you do get manual aircon and keep the cabin cool in summer, and electric door mirrors which are heated to defrost in the winter months. Moving up on the Accenta grade adds 17-inch alloy wheels, dual-zone climate control and front fog lamps. Extra interior kit has a leather finish for that new flat-bottomed tire, electric door mirrors that fold flat with the touch of any button, and 2-tone seat upholstery. Connecta versions gain an uprated infotainment system called Nissan Connect with 7-inch touchscreen above. This includes DAB digital radio and smartphone connectivity, which has a range of apps for online community, music and entertainment, and from summer 2017 comes using the new shark fin antenna about the roof and 18-inch alloy wheels. Also around the kit list are parking sensors front and back, keyless entry and push-button start, a rear-view camera which usefully is self-cleaning, and darkened rear privacy glass. Until 2017, the next stage up was the Qashqai Vision, but I thought this was discontinued in 2017. It added a sportier air that has a dark headlining, leather and Alcantara upholstery, a panoramic glass roof to produce the cabin less claustrophobic, along with an electrically adjustable driver's seat. Tecna features 19-inch alloy wheels, roof rails plus a glass roof, with an 8-speaker Bose Stereo and LED headlamps. On the inside you can find heated seats with partial leather upholstery and electric operation, along with a 7-inch touchscreen display with smartphone connectivity and Nissan's Surround View camera system to help you with parking and low-speed maneuvering. This uses cameras on all sides with the car to build a color display bird's-eye take a look at its surroundings. Front and rear parking sensors are standard too. The Tecna may go a step further and park itself. The Park Assist system can autonomously steer into parallel and bay parking spaces as you move. The driver controls the pedals. Near the top in the range will be the Tecna Plus trim above, launching as part on the 2017 facelift. It has a host of gadgetry, including 4-way pneumatic lumbar support, a function more commonly situated on executive cars, and also a memory function for seats and mirrors so that they adjust to your key's individual settings if you step into the auto. It also bundles inside latest 8-speaker Bose Stereo, glitzy latticework finish for your Napa leather seats back and front, and externally you have satin silver door mirror caps and roof rails. You can upgrade the leather to rich plum color for an optional extra. Added on the range in 2018 was the Qashqai Pilot 1 Edition, which uses Tecna Plus being a base and adds a suite of driver assistance tech. The list includes adaptive cruise control with traffic jam assist, traffic sign recognition, blind spot monitoring, lane departure warning with intelligent lane keep assist, and autonomous emergency braking. Optional Nissan Qashqai SUV accessories. Individual options for that Qashqai are very restricted, limiting careful analysis. A selection of metallic paints, alloy wheel upgrades, styling kits plus the panoramic glass roof. Additionally, there's a range of option bundles, but they're not all provided by every trim level, so check using your Nissan retailer to determine what combinations are possible. Comfort Pack, an airier cabin thanks to your panoramic glass roof with on a touch electric shade, satin silver roof rails. Heat Pack, an electrically heated windscreen and heated front seats make wintry mornings much easier to live with. Smart Vision Pack, includes traffic sign recognition, automatic main beam, lane departure warning, autonomous emergency braking, front and back parking sensors with an anti-dazzle rear view mirror. Tech Pack, combines the Nissan Connect 7-inch touchscreen with SatNav, Bluetooth connectivity, smartphone apps and also a reversing camera. Plus Privacy Glass. Executive Pack, builds upon the Heat Pack with dark leather trim plus an electrically adjustable driver's seat. Rated 5 stars by Euro NCAP. Raft of up-to-date safety kit. Many products are optional. In the Euro NCAP test, the Nissan Qashqai scored the whole 5 stars, with particularly high scores for adult and child protection, and also a strong score for pedestrian safety. Various active safety technology systems can be found under Nissan Safety Shield banner. Depending on trim, some are standard plus some are extras at extra expense. View the equipment section for details. Systems available include blind spot warning. This continues to be upgraded to make use of radar sensors to detect vehicles hidden from the Qashqai's blind spot. It illuminates a light from the corresponding windscreen pillar to warn the driving force. Intelligent driver alertness, displays a warning for the instrument panel should steering inputs become erratic inside a way that suggests the trucker is drowsy. Front collision avoidance and forward emergency braking, scans the street ahead via radar and issues an audible warning whether or not this detects an imminent collision, before applying the brakes automatically in a desperate. Can now spot pedestrians too. High beam assist, automatically switches the headlamps from full beam to stop dazzling other traffic. Lane departure warning, alerts the trucker if they drift beyond lane without indicating. This is actually very irritating in reality. It's hair trigger sensitive and emits a harsh beeping noise in case you touch a white line. Moving object detection, should a moving object come in their range when maneuvering, the around view cameras trigger an audible warning and highlight the rough location in the object around the display screen. Traffic sign recognition, front-facing camera watches speed limit signs and displays them around the instrument panel. Function works abroad in Europe, too. Rear cross-traffic alert. New in 2017's facelift are these claims system that could alert you in the event you're on the verge of reverse to a road which has a car approaching in the side. Coming in autumn 2017 is ProPilot, Nissan's new semi-autonomous system. It will use radar and cameras to look at overdriving duties, particularly circumstances, such as inside a traffic jam or for a motorway cruise. Spacious, flexible interior. All designs include a 60 hours 40 minutes split rear seat. Plenty of storage for oddments. Nissan Qashqai practicality credentials have already been boosted for that second-generation model with greater interior space and luggage capacity. The tailgate opens greater than before, with special provision so you don't bash your head about the tailgate, an elementary problem for the Mk1 Qashqai, and boot volume has become 430 liters with all the seats up 20 liters over previously. On all trims the spine seats fold within a 60 hours 40 minutes split and fold almost completely flat. The boot floor is consisting of 2 panels which may be positioned at 2 heights, either lower to boost boot space or higher to generate for a flatter floor if your rear seats are folded. In their highest position there isn't much of the lip between boot space and tailgate, rendering it reasonably simple to slide heavy items out with the boot. Both floor panels use a carpet surface on one side along with a wipe-clean surface for the other, helpful when carrying wet or muddy items. The rearward panel may be stood upright to divide the boot into 2 sections, to split up dry and wet items by way of example, or just to help you stop your shopping rolling around. Helpfully, the parcel shelf might be stored within the boot floor when asked. A tire repair kit in lieu of a spare wheel is standard. A suitable spare wheel is obtainable at extra expense. It's worth noting until this option is not available when you spec the rich-sounding Bose Stereo, because the woofers are positioned from the spare wheel well. Plastic hooks to hang bags on are molded into your boot sides, while from the cabin there's more interior space for storage than before, using a large central storage box between your front seats. This features an aux socket, USB port and 12V socket for charging electrics, which has a space beneath the lid to own a cable through so devices might still be plugged in when they are not stowed inside the box itself. Nissan Qashqai practicality credentials are actually boosted for that second-generation model with greater interior space and luggage capacity. The tailgate opens above before, with special provision in order that you don't bash your head within the tailgate, an essential problem for the Mk1 Qashqai, and boot volume is actually 430 liters together with the seats up 20 liters over previously. On all trims the spine seats fold inside a 60 hours 40 minutes split and fold almost completely flat. The boot floor is derived from two panels which is often positioned at two heights, either lower to improve boot space or higher to produce for a flatter floor in the event the rear seats are folded. In their highest position there isn't much of the lip between your boot space and tailgate, which makes it reasonably simple to slide heavy items out with the boot. Both floor panels use a carpet surface on one side plus a wipe-clean surface about the other, helpful when carrying wet or muddy items. The rearward panel may also be stood upright to divide the boot into two sections, to split up dry and wet items by way of example, or just to aid stop your shopping rolling around. Helpfully, the parcel shelf may be stored in the boot floor when asked. A tire repair kit in lieu of any spare wheel is standard. An appropriate spare wheel can be obtained at expense. It's worth noting this option is not available when you spec the rich-sounding Bose Stereo, because woofers are positioned inside the spare wheel well. Plastic hooks to hang affordable handbags on are molded into your boot sides, while within the cabin there's more interior space for storage than before, that has a large central storage box involving the front seats. This features an aux socket, USB port and 12V socket for charging electrics, having a space underneath the lid to perform a cable through so devices might still be plugged in. You should definitely stowed inside the box itself.